Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty universal, right? Ordering food in English.
Yeah, it seems simple, but there's actually quite a bit going on under the surface. Social cues, expectations.
Exactly. And it can be a source of anxiety if you're, in a new place.
Mm-hmm.
So we've dug into a really good language learning source to pull out the key bits. The idea is to help you feel confident next time you're dining out.
That's the plan. The source is an episode from the Hush English podcast.
Yeah.
It's all about practical stuff.
Right.
And our mission here isn't just like listing phrases. We want to explore the why certain phrases work better, what the unspoken rules are.
Okay, let's dive in then. Our source starts with a pretty standard dinner scenario. The waiter greets the customer. Good evening. Welcome to Sunny Cafe. How many people? Pretty simple.
Yeah, straightforward opening.
And the customer replies, just one, please. Again, easy enough, but it's the next bit, the actual ordering, where it gets interesting.
Right, because the customer says, I'd like the chicken salad, please. And the source points out, you could say, I want chicken salad. Grammatically, it's fine.
Yep.
But yeah, it can sound a little too direct in many English-speaking contexts, especially restaurants. It lacks a certain softness.
So I'd like versus I want. What's the magic in I'd like? Is it just the word itself or maybe the please?
It was actually both, but I'd like does a lot of the heavy lifting. It uses what's called a modal verb would, which just inherently softens the request.
Okay.
Think of I want as more of a direct statement, almost a demand, depending on the tone.
Right. A bit blunt, maybe?
Exactly. Whereas I'd like frames it as a preference, sort of, this is what I'd appreciate, if possible. It's more considerate of the person you're asking.
That makes sense.
And the source gives two really solid alternatives. I'd like a chicken salad, please. And can I have a chicken salad, please?
Yep. Both sound polite.
They do. They use those softeners. And crucially, like you said, they both have please. That word is just golden English for sounding friendly.
It really oils the wheels of conversation, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It signals respect.
Okay, so we know how to ask politely. Now, what about the what? The actual words you need.
Right, the vocabulary. Our source covers the essentials, things you'll definitely hear or need to say.
Like menu, obviously. You need to see what's on offer.
Yep. Can I see the menu, please? Is your go-to phrase there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got the structure of the meal, starter, or sometimes appetizer. That's the small dish you have first.
Like soup or a small salad. I'll have soup as a starter.
Exactly. Then comes the main course. Or you might hear entree, especially in North America.
Ah, right. Entree. That's the main part of the meal.
That's the one. For my main course, I'd like pasta. Something like that.
Okay. Starter, main course, entree.
Then dessert, of course, the sweet thing at the end.
Can't forget dessert. The waiter might ask, would you like dessert?
Precisely. And another key phrase, especially in faster places or for takeout, is for here or to go.
Meaning, are you eating inside the restaurant or taking it away?
You got it. And finally, when you're done, you need the bill or the check.
Right. Can I have the check, please?
Yeah.
Seems essential.
Definitely. Master those terms, and you can navigate most restaurant situations pretty smoothly. Oh, and basic drinks, too, of course. Water, soda, juice, tea, coffee.
And speaking of water, our source highlighted a specific little detail that can catch people out.
Ah, yes, the water question.
The question, still or sparkling? What's the deal there?
It's super common, especially in Europe, but also elsewhere. Still just means regular, non-carbonated water, like tap water or plain bottled water.
Okay, normal water.
And sparkling means fizzy water, carbonated.
Got it. Still or sparkling. Good one to know so you don't end up with bubbles when you didn't want them.
Exactly. It's one of those small things that shows you're kind of, familiar with the drill.
Okay, familiarity. That brings us to pronunciation. The source mentioned a common stumbling block with I'd like.
Yes. This is a subtle but important one. Learners sometimes pronounce it quite stiffly, like two separate words, I'd like, or maybe I'd like.
Instead of
smoothly connecting it, I'd like. It should flow.
Right, like one unit.
Yeah. That stiffness can actually sort of counteract the politeness you're trying to convey with the phrase itself.
Interesting.
The source suggests practicing it. Say, I'd like a salad. I'd like a pizza. I'd like some water. Get that smooth connection.
Makes you sound more natural, more confident too, I imagine.
Definitely. Confidence comes across. And maybe pay attention to intonation, too, like when asking, can I see the menu, please? You need that slight lift at the end to make it sound like a question.
Good point. Not just flat. Okay, so pronunciation matters. Now, the source also walked through a more complete ordering dialogue.
Right. Putting it together for a full meal.
Yeah, showing the typical sequence. The customer orders step by step.
So they start with a, yes, I'd like the tomato soup to start.
Okay, starter first. Yeah.
Then, when prompted for the main, I'll have the grilled fish with vegetables, please.
Takes it.
And finally, for dessert, yes, chocolate cake, please. It follows that logical progression. Starter, main, dessert.
And waiters often guide you through that, right? Asking things like, would you like a starter? Or, ready for dessert?
Absolutely, they usually prompt you. And the dialogue also included another really useful phrase for the end of your order.
Which was?
That's all, thank you.
Simple but clear.
Exactly. It politely signals you're finished ordering, you don't need anything else right now.
Very practical. Okay, so that covers the ordering process itself, but there's a big cultural piece too, isn't there? Tipping.
Oh, yes. Tipping. That's a big one, and our source definitely touched on it. It's common practice in many English-speaking countries, but it varies a lot.
How much variation are we talking?
Well, the source gave examples. Like in the U.S., tipping 15–20% of the bill is pretty standard for decent service.
Okay, 15–20% in the U.S.
But then in the U.K., it's often more like 10–12%. Sometimes service charge is already included there, too. The key takeaway really is that it depends on the country. You really have to check what's normal wherever you happen to be.
So do a quick search beforehand, maybe.
Definitely recommended, because getting it wrong, tipping too little or not tipping when it's expected, can feel awkward or even come across as unintentionally rude. It's just part of the social custom in many places.
Good advice. It's about respecting those local norms.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if we were to boil this all down, what are the absolute essential takeaways from our deep dive today? The must-know phrases and concepts.
I'd say the core polite phrases are key. I'd like please and can I have, please. Remember those softeners. Then useful signals like that's all, thank you. And the practical questions like can I have the check, please? And knowing for here or to go.
Right. And the vocabulary starter, main course, dessert, bill check.
Exactly. And beyond the specific words, it's that underlying principle of politeness, using please, sounding natural, and importantly, being aware of those cultural things like tipping.
Yeah, it really highlights that communication is so much more than just words off a list.
Really is.
You know, simple smile, using please, understanding the flow, it can make the whole experience so much better, more human.
Couldn't agree more. It turns a transaction into an interaction.
So a final thought for you listening. Think about these details. Softening a request, knowing about tipping. It's not just about ordering food, is it? It's about fitting in, showing respect, navigating a social world. What other everyday situations, maybe in different languages or cultures you encounter, could be made smoother by understanding these kinds of subtle but really significant cues? Something to think about.